blabbing, blah, blah, blah. I said, little mom, stay in bed, because I'm just going to go blah, blah, blah. You know, like I do. She's been listening to, aside, we had a rough start in the beginning, as energy sectors do, little soul sacks trying to figure out how to calibrate their energy fields, or even if they're willing to calibrate their energy fields to be in agreement, congruence to their local ecosystems, or do they want to just be a suck? I think that's what freaking narcissistic parents are. They're just a suck. They're always sucking from the child. Make me happy, 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 happy. So the kid never learn how to be happy for themselves. I always had my secret world, my Pisces world. I have a lot of Pisces, so my imagination didn't matter what happened around me. I could just whoop, dip out. My head turns up. I'm in the ethers, in the no place space. You can't bother me here. So, now that people are coming into their consciousness, though, it's like people's insides are coming outside, so energy fields aren't calibrating really good. It's creating a lot of discomfort. Like, shorting out. Like, nobody likes to get shocked, I don't think. I've been electrocuted several times. I had 4 or 5 near-death experiences before I was 15 years old. I'm very versed in the ethers. So, anyway. Oh, the dog on the thumbnail. I want to introduce people. That is Saul. The lady says, better call Saul. I didn't put a picture of her because I didn't think that she wanted me. I never asked her, but I met them before at the Family Dollar. I think I might have, or something like that, over by Albertsons, and that dog is 240 pounds in the back of that car. And she was telling me he's 14 years old, and he looks incredible for a 14-year-old dog. Artie looked pretty good when he left. He was 14. They just decline kind of quick, They just get to a point and something happens, and they're like, okay, we're off to the ethers. We're gonna be supporting you energetically from the other side now. Because energy doesn't die. I get that, but God, man, missing and snuggling them, that sucks. Makes me cuddle the other ones more, and mom too. So it has its pros and its cons. And I was telling her how Benny just died on the 14th last month, and how I skinned my knee, and because I didn't want to drop him and all that stuff. And she said that she was worried, she was scared, because she's a little woman, and she just kind of. This was at the laundromat outside. Because that's how I saw him. I was leaving, and I saw the door up, and I looked over, and I saw her with him talking to some travelers, and I was like, oh my God, I know them. So I pulled up alongside them, said hi, got reacquainted. So I gave her my business card. I said, if anything ever happens to Saul, and you need help, you call me, because I know how much it sucks to go through this stuff by yourself. Because I just did it, and I've been doing it for a real long time. That's why I'm so helpful, see. Yesterday I woke up and I saw a TikTok right off the bat. This young girl was crying. She's like, I can't get a hold of my brother. He was last seen in Taos. I'm so scared, He was exposed to bat droppings. Why? Because there's a lot of sad things going on, and I'd rather cry about it than get angry about it and punch some dumb bitch in the face. That's why, because it's therapeutic, and there's a lot of really sad stuff going on in the world. That's all. That's why I'm crying. I'm just sharing my dog just died. My mom, she declines every day from getting her head slammed when she was 38, and I've been her caregiver without any days off for 8 years, and it's just all heavy. So Thank you for asking. That's why. Because I've been through a lot. And the system isn't made to help people like me. Because we look okay. You know? We're just the forgotten people. But everybody cares about this little stretch of land. Do people realize that that little strip of land is 7 miles by 25 miles? And that they're doing all of this because if you take 2 points and the shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line, and if you look at that where they're boom diddy boom, they want that so they can make a canal. It's all for a canal. Hi, Sadie. That's why they're doing for all the billions and trillions of dollars. Like, I mean, I don't want to see loss of life anywhere. If you look at the statistics of how long that 25 mile by 7, I think the broadest, I looked this all up yesterday. I'm like, how big is this? How big is the strip of G? Oh, it's the widest point is 12 miles. So you take 12 miles in your city and then go 25 next to the next, like that is the whole strip. Yet we are sending billions and trillions. Shouldn't it just like pretty much be wiped off the face? I mean, after decades and time again, like consecutively, shouldn't like you, like the whole, like is as much resources that we give them, it should be gone. Like they're probably starting construction. Is what I think. They're probably starting because everything's about money. They don't care about human life because they're inhumane. Because they don't do things that humans do. Humans care about other fucking humans. Humans don't want people rotting in the street. Humans don't want fucking people starving to death. Humans don't want, and I'm so tired of all these fucking love and lighters. All these people with your little in Sedona with your little fucking conferences and shit like that. I am so sick of you all because you hear about anything that makes you feel bad and you just block it out, and that doesn't fucking help people that are rotting in the street. So yesterday this woman made a TikTok, I forgot to tell that story, put out an appeal. Her brother left Holy Cross Hospital. She hasn't heard from him. His phone's doing weird shit. I said, I'm going to go out because mom's not getting up yet. It was early. I just woke up. I just saw it. So I had a cup of coffee quick and went on and drove around where dudes like him would go or possibly potentially be at like 7, 8 in the morning. Like gassing up, getting water, like getting out before people because he ain't a people person either like me. She even said he don't trust the government. I said, girl, I'm going to go out and find him for her. So I went up to some places where, like, travelers travel or, pass through. That's what I want to make a place for, where people can come and freaking recharge their soulful batteries and then get out in the fucking world, do laundry, take a shower. I'll make a nice meal for you if you don't cook. Have a nice outdoor kitchen. Like, give people that have fucking nothing something. That's what I'm all about. I've been all about that my whole life. Because my whole life is I've gotten by on other, like, the graces of what other people have shared with me. Because they have enough and they saw that I was a good person. So I see other people out there that are good people and that just need a fucking break because there's so many. Because where I live in Taos, they're too busy spending $1 million on little freaking bus stations and freaking tennis courts. And stupid bullshit, while people are rotting in the street. While a guy freaking, like, one of the guys, he doesn't identify as anything. It's what the lady at the local flower shop, but he goes around, he carries all of his totes on him. Just, that's his life, like, that is what, I kill people in other countries for freedom and democracy, so I can watch people suffer in the country in which I live. When we're playing this money laundering game for a strip of land that's 25 by... How many people in America realize it's 12 miles by... That's 30 square... That is such a... It's all the world's a stage. But I got to stay in a really nice hotel when we bombed Iraq the first time. Excuse me a moment, I need to blow my nose. So I went out and looked around for him. And then I got a couple of screenshots like of his face and his truck and stuff. And then like I went to the grocery store and I went to the like where travelers commonly go to and gas stations and stuff like that. I showed it to him. And then by that time it was like I had to get home because I got some mom was getting close for mom to get up. But she later posted that he got a hold of her, so you gotta try. People have to try. There's so I think about like the vibrational frequency and how many people in the United States of America, divided states, because they divided, yeah. Ooh, Texas, Utah, blah blah blah. I'm like, dude, borders are imaginary, and asshole's an asshole. It doesn't matter where they fucking come from. Because where I live in Taos, it's a fucking hodgepodge of fucking people that they cater to that come from other places. That benefits only the local businesses, and then the local businesses they'll throw like $100 at the fucking football team. And then the football team, like, they go to the freaking Big Five and buy their uniforms, and we'll give you 15%. I was like, does a single mom get a discount that like their kid wants to play, but their dad doesn't pay child support and they don't have enough money because we're sending all this shit over there, But no, he just has to go without. See, my whole life I went without, so I really learned how to go without things. But I don't want. Even when I lived in Oregon, like the water company made a mistake. The city planners, all these people got fucking paid to freaking my water bill to go to like $45 to over like $250. And I kept trying to tell them, I'm like, this usage of these sprinklers that you just put on, I'm paying for, and they're like, and nobody would hear me, nobody, because I'm just nobody. I'm just a fucking female veteran that served my country and freaking has been sober and, just tries to be a good person, even though everything inside me just wants to fucking smack a bitch upside the head, because that's what happened to me, and that's how I learned to comply. So that's a programming that I used to have, that if I'm violent and if I hurt people, then they'll do what I want. And so I've never ever put my hands on anybody out of anger, only self-defense, and against my brother as well. He was my biggest abuser, because he was the most consistent. And he's a Virgo, so he always, I'm always looking. I'm Scorpio. I got a Scorpio stellium, so I'm always okay. They're so good. Where are they bad? Because nobody's all good. That's what every person I ever fucking meet. That's why I put all of my shadow and all of my light, my all of my shadow onto here, is so people see. Like, this is the worst you're gonna get from me. And I go in the world and I see how people are giving it, and they're just vacant. They don't even care that they're killing people and they're causing harm to people. They don't even care. So I came in from an environment, and I gotta get my headphones. Like the family court system. Like, we had to go without because of the family courts. Brother became a part of the court system. And when I've asked him for help, he's like, no, I don't want to. I just don't feel like it. Because he's always been the guy that like antagonize and poke and do stuff while nobody's looking. And then I would react and defend myself, and then I would make this big old, I can't take it anymore. Because I'm all fucking water in there. Raging sea in me. So, and then I would get in trouble. And I'd be like, and then they'd be like, no, you have to keep your hands to yourself. So I got to learn from a young age, you don't touch people. You don't touch people. You don't touch people at all. Unless somebody gives you permission to touch you, you do not touch another human being. You don't, no. And it sucks because I'm a really touchy feeling, because you show affection by that. You can't show affection to people. People don't want intimacy. They want sensations. They want to feel physical things. They don't want to feel emotional things. So
spend so much money racing around in their little cars. Racing around every day. There's new little skid marks, just like the shit stains on the fabric of society that they are. Just no regard for life. They're going to take themselves out. I mean, how many? I've like in the what 3 people have died in car accidents in a very short period of time here because of what people do with their free will. It's so weird. When all you have to do is, like mom used to tell me, use your energy wisely. Use your energy wisely. Go out, ride your bike, do something, get it out. You feel all that? Get it out. Go cook for somebody. Go do something for all over TikTok. Well, I was in AA for a number of years. I think my big speaker's on. And that's what I learned. Like, whenever I feel like shit, go fucking find somebody else to fucking feel shittier and make them feel better. And then I'll feel better. And that's what I learned how to do. So that's what I do. How come everybody else ain't doing it? Because they're too busy fucking making themselves feel better. You know? Going to the ER or having to get freaking light bulbs and stuff taken out of their butt. Because that's what America is. Butt stuff. Hi, baby girl. I just talking, honey bear. I learned how to do things at such a young age, and see that so many parents, like, people would tell mom, like, mom had my first my astrology chart done when I was born, so she got the gist of what I was. And there were people like, you have to guide her, because I like a little tornado. Like, you gotta guide her and let her know, like, she's gonna do what she's gonna do, so you gotta teach her the difference between right and wrong. And so many people do not even know the difference. They don't care to know the difference between right and wrong. I don't care to know, listen to that song.
I don't want to know. And I want to learn. My placements designate that I just want to learn. Learn. And I want to please people. And I don't want nobody to be mad at me. And like, can't we just have fun? I mean, I know that there's work to be done. There's always work to be done. But can't we have fun while we do the work? Can't that be a thing? My whole life, it was like people would, because I was always strong and I always had a lot. I could do a lot of stuff over and over. So people would just put me to work, just put her to work. So okay, people pleaser, whatever. So I go to work, working, you know. And then like work would stop, and then they didn't want to have anything to do with me because they didn't want to hear what I had to say, and they didn't want to do the stuff I wanted to do when we weren't at work. So, you know, it just became unfun for me. And so I always wanted to have fun while I was working. Like, okay, if I'm gonna be here, okay, screw around, blah blah blah. As long as like safety, it's always safety first. As long as safety was in accordance, then have a good time. Just, you know, blah, 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 screw around, cut up, you know, razz each other, stuff like that. That's how I learned how when people push too far and who's going to push too far. See, because I have boundaries, and it took me so long to learn my boundaries of the things, not the things that I'm going to put up with other people, but the things, the behaviors that I'm going to put up within myself. Because there's so many things that I just don't want. I don't want to be like them. I am molded out of a cast of. I don't want to fucking be like them. My whole physical build is because if I'm sitting around too long and the battery gets all charged up in me, and I'm sitting around, if I don't go lift my little dumbbell or something like that, or do a chore. So that's the thing, is like, yeah, my life is, anyway. So if I don't use that energy wisely, then that's when people are like, I'm bored. Let's go get drunk. I'm bored. Let's go drive fast. I'm bored. Let's go do something stupid that's going to cause destruction and make moms cry. That's what they do with their energy. And if, you know, like, because nobody cares to ask them what they would rather do. But make people want to live. Give people a reason. Give animals, give the earth a reason to thrive instead of fucking being a negative parasite on it. And I'm not talking negativity, talking about people who just talk about things that are negative. Dude, why don't you fucking fix the things that we're talking about? You know, like, I'm just mentioning how shitty the world is based on this, and then I offer alternatives of how things could be. But there's a shift. We're in the freaking wake up. It's happening. Collective consciousness is lining up. People are getting back to where they want to learn how to fish. You got to be careful of the fish, because sometimes the fishes. I got a Pisces stallion. Anyway, all of my loved ones. And see, we're getting into fall. Like, it's already. It's never. We never, because it always feels like fall in the morning. That's when you get the seasons of what the seasons are. Is early in the morning, and so like we never got like where I used to live. It would get so hot it would never cool down. Because heat, people don't understand. Heat, it comes from induction. It comes from all the energy within us in cooperation within the ground. Like, and I'll give you an example. We have the air conditioner on, or the swamp cooler. Like, I run the swamp cooler, and then I have a fan that blows it around. That's how we keep this place cool. And I have an evaporated cooler up there and another fan that blows it around. So in the two main primary rooms that we spend most of our time, that is how we keep. But in the winter, it's cold, okay? So the induction I'm talking about is like, it can be cold in here, but that TV is still putting out heat. Not just because of the electricity that's coming through it. It hits the glass and it makes this room warmer. So because of that, the fan and the swamp cooler, not the swamp cooler, but they'll compensate, because with warmth there's pressure, and so the motors are actually working harder. This is all stuff that happens that people don't see and think about. And I just, because of my military training and mechanics and stuff. Hey, Cassie, this is all like I see things. I don't want to see things, and I see things. And so you put all that mechanical potential back into the ground, like in places like, especially where it's hot. And then you're freaking, all these people are running their air conditioners and stuff like that. So you have all these people that are running their Vegas, like all these places, and then all these electronic components the cooling is generating heat. So that is all going into the surrounding area, which is raising the ambient air temperature. And they cut out all the fucking trees. Like, human beings don't make it hard for other human beings. Fucking the Nephilim do. The fallen angels do. Those bloodlines do. So you have all these people in positions of power that just like to fuck with people. I did a talk back in 2017. Because they're all worried about like this trans stuff and stuff like that. And I went down a little research, because I love to research, and I'm Scorpio, 1 degree Scorpio moon, and fucking beat it. So yeah. I will find out the fucking dirty little secret. That's why people don't want to know me. It's because they're like, she'll know. I'm like, do you still act like that, or was it old behavior, or is it new behavior? You know what I mean? Like, because we all do stupid shit, but if we keep doing this stupid shit, then that's, we're using our free will to do evil and not good. Luna, you want up there, pretty girl? Come on, pretty. And so, pretty girl. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. She's so pretty. Got it. Oh, I got you. Good girl, I got you. Well, she's gonna go over. Good girl, I got you. Good girl. Good girl. I forgot what I was talking about. I was on the way to someplace too. David will come back to me. Hi, pretty girl. You want the fan on you? Okay, I'm sitting in Mom's chair. What was I talking about? Anybody remember what I was talking about? Nationality? Oh, yeah, that's a great story. That's another thing that's coming out on planet Earth right now. Is it 9 type for you? No, right now it is freaking, no, I haven't heard that, but it always disappears, but people don't get, like, it gets exalted. Like, they have the void moon, like, 3 days, like, so, I don't know, maybe people are, but people, I don't know. Oh, my nationality? Come to find out, I just did DNA tests, like, 2017 is the first one I did. I did them both. They already have my DNA. I was in the fucking military. They know more about me. I'm probably part alien. They know more about me than I do. They're probably, like, tracking me and shit. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, for 2 years? That's okay. There's enough Scorpio moons on. We'll get this place lit up. 2 years? No, I haven't seen that. That's a timeline. That's a storyline. I wonder how many people are going to go down that potentials. You know? But I wonder how, that could be like a group of people that lose their sight. Like, I mean, there's so many different ways to interpret how things play out. You're Norwegian, Irish, and German. When I am on Mom's side, Mom is predominantly Native American and Spanish. So we're one of them mutts. European, like, we're gonna take your shit. So she doesn't take people's shit. So she see, because you gotta look at your genetics to see how you're living. Like, are you living? You know, like, am I living like the colonist, or am I living like my Native American heart? You know, I'm living natively. You know, so I gotta live from my heart. You know, if I live from my mind, my ego, I'm gonna live like a fucking colonist. You know, because all that shit is to perpetuate colonial shit from a weather app. Well, no, that's not too weird, because I mean, sometimes AccuWeather comes up with some weird shit, so that doesn't surprise me, because there's people that behind it that are creating the program, that are creating the interface, and they're waking up too. So we're gonna see more stuff. Oh, that's what I was talking about. In 2017, I did a talk about how they spent 11 or 17. No, in 2017 they spent $11 million on male enhancement in drugs. And so I looked it up the other day, because I haven't looked it up, and this is before so much intelligence artificial started taking over. Come on, Tux. So this is what it said. Come on. Good boy, Honey Bear. You're the best dog in the world to me. Based on the information available. Good boy. And I wish everybody would do this, because I wonder if everybody's going to get a different answer based on, you know, their energetic footprint. Based on the information available, the U.S. military spends about $84 million. $84 million annually on erectile dysfunction ED medications, including Viagra, Cialis, and other similar drugs. So, we got Americans, senior citizens, elders, freaking no air conditioning, fucking melt, just, you know, just sitting there waiting for a reprieve. And this is what's been happening for, like, all time. Like, we're at the 20th-year anniversary of Katrina, so it's bringing back all the shit that the government did to its fucking people. But they're not people. They're inhumane. Obama, it's all fucking theatrics in your face. Haha, they're gonna take whatever we put out. I was like done with, that was when I was done with this country. That's when I was like, I'm just gonna, my country is gonna be wherever I am and with whoever I'm in proximity with, whether it's at the grocery store or at the gas station. That is my country. My local community is my country, because this country doesn't give a fucking shit, because they would rather traffic humans in Haiti than help its own constituents. And so people that pay themselves so much to help and to shit on their own constituents, I will call them out every time. So I'm not going to be invited much to the places where the important people go, because they don't want me to tell them how unimportant they are, because the whole world will see it. The whole world needs to see it. We got to do better for people. All people. I don't look at the sometimes I'll make reference to a drunken Indian, because I used to be one. After I got my DNA test, I was like, oh, I wonder if that's why I have, and it's like probably my Scorpio stellium probably is more of a reason as to why when I feel a kind of way, I want to escape to oblivion, to the no place, the no place state, into the ethers, just carried off by my demons to do whatever I want. Are you seeing all the people that are being blasted on social media for who they are? That fireman guy, those little kids. Like, there is definitely a spiritual abnormality that is freaking veiled the earthly plane. People can't hide it. People can't hide who they are. People can't hide their shadow. That's why I show people my shadow. Because if I try to hide my shadow with my 1% Scorpio moon, that shit is going to come out so fucking sideways all over the place. So I had to learn a long time ago to tell on myself, to live in integrity. Like, not have secrets. I've done my whole AA 5th step on this YouTube channel at some point in time or another. Just because I want people to know that, like, just because you acted some kind of way, don't mean you got to keep living that way. People are stuck in their loops. They're stuck in their loops. So many people, like, I remember, like, watching people in high school, how their families lived and stuff. Like, and I get stuck in other people's patterns. Like, oh, it's payday, you guys going out to pizza tonight, Mountain Mike's. Because that's, like, what people just do, the same things over and over. And they do it for so many years, but, like, there's still infrastructure that has to be... There's always infrastructure that has to be supported. So all you love and lighters with your fucking Sedona conferences and stuff like that, just remember, you gather too much in too many places, it fucking creates, like, too much shit at once, and it all piles up, and backups happen, and, like, like, it don't, like, there's shadow everywhere. There's shadow in all things. So... And they don't do much to freaking clean up messes, but they sure know how to bring, keep it all love and light. Like, accountability is gonna come to be a thing. That's for sure. So I'm all about teaching people. My whole channel is about telling people everything I know for fun and for free, because that comes back to me in other ways. So everything I know, ever since I was a little girl. I was 3 years old. I taught myself how to ride a bike. Like, I'm not like of other kids. And now I'm hearing all these stories about fucking these COVID kids that, like, their parents are trying to reason with them to go into the classroom. See, we got some kids you can't reason with. But when you got a society of parents that just shut up, here's a fish, here's a fish, here's a fish, kid, shut up, here's a fish. Just eat your fish, here's your fish stick, eat your fish stick. Here's your fish stick. If you're good, we'll go to McDonald's and get a fish sandwich. Just appease, 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 and then something uncomfortable happens. They don't know what the fuck to do with themselves. Oh my god, they fucking spin out. Life is over. Like, look at 12-year-olds are living their full life course. Broken hearts, love gamuts, all of it, the whole nine, because this shit they see on, like, go work in a garden, kid. Go play in the dirt. Go do something, like, unuseful because you're a kid. You know, don't fucking put on makeup and stuff like that. You know, they wonder why fucking 12 years old has babies, because when they're fucking babies, they give them babies. I was one of those kids that they hypersexualized. I didn't live into it fully. Thank goodness I didn't live my Jezebel. You know, because I got Capricorn and Lilith, so I had more sense in my chastity belt. But for those that didn't, though, man, fucking, like, I mean, I just like the busy girls. I wasn't a busy girl, so to speak, because all that energetic freaking shit that I don't have tied to me, and people are just out there chasing sensations and like racking up numbers, like it means something, and it means you're empty. It's gross what people put their bodies through for pleasure. It's animalistic. It's, I don't know. I've been on the celibate boat like 9 years though, so that's my perspective. I'm like asexual at this point. Like, the idea of another human, like, it's because they can't. Like, I look around, I'm like, can they change a tire? Like if they get sad, can they sue themselves and tell somebody? Like I'm like, you know, like if it comes in a crunch, can they, like, you know? And it's like most people, no, no, no. So my world. I don't know why people say there's 8 billion people on planet Earth. They're fucking sure. I assure you, there's not 8 billion people. Because the way people have been dropping like flies for all kinds of reasons, there's never been that many people on this planet. I have been in California, synchronicities of how small this planet is, because we navigate around by our frequency, our energy field, not for where we want to go. I don't know what, you know, because most people just are born and then they stay in the same place their whole life, and then maybe go someplace to see what it's like, but end up back in the same place. No, I've been all over the fucking place. In a lot of places. There's a lot of places I haven't been, but that's not my story, and I don't care to go. I don't want to see. I don't want to go to Russia. I don't want to go hitchhike and fucking, you know, I don't want to. I want to make it better where I live, because I met all the people that have traveled around, and then they go back to where they're from, and that place is shit. And then they're so uncomfortable because where they live is shitty, and what they should be doing is collecting all the data and picking up, oh, that works. This works in this environment. This works in this society. This works. And using all that, incorporating into their own community so everybody benefits, not just the few selected because they got some fucking lizard line in their blood. And I don't really care what people are. I care more about what people do with. I probably have that bloodline where I got lizards, but you know what? I also know the difference between right and wrong, because I learn, and I think other people should learn too. That's all. They don't want to learn because it's more fun to go to a party and put stuff in your butt. Because that's America. Or go to I know some fucking broad. I used to know some broad. She fucking, her life's ambition is to take her and her husband around. Freaking, they get the free pass because homie's in a wheelchair because the way he used to live. Good thing you don't live that way no more, but fucking drug dealers go bad. They end up in fucking wheelchairs, but that's okay. Because you get the fucking front line to all the NFL stadiums in the USA. That is what their life's goal. We went so they can go to visit their friends, or when they meet people, they can go, "Hi, I'm so and so. I've been to every NFL stadium in the whole USA. Congratulations. You also knew me, and you saw the struggles I went through, and you knew my heart. But when I fell down and I had a hard time, you just looked at me like I was a crazy person." And went back to that 3D earth after all the benefits. That is bad karma. Watching people fall and not helping them up, literally and proverbially. I learned that lesson at Disneyland. My grandma fell down. I was like 10 years old. She fell, and I was mad at her. That's one of the reasons why she fell down. because she reached for my hand, and I went like that because she yelled at me and embarrassed me in front of people. And then, like, not 5 minutes later, she went, BAM! Face first. But so now I don't care if I'm mad at people. If they fall down, I'm going to help them up. That's why, like, I get so misconstrued. I'm so misunderstood. Like, I get so frustrated because, like, that's the thing about me. All these people have denied me blessings because they didn't like me. When I have been the blessing that they have denied. Changing tires, like helping people push their car like out of the way when hundreds of people have driven past them, sheriffs, police. Oh, somebody else will do it. Then I come along, I guess that one will be me today. Because I know how much it sucks to push my own car out of the intersection, but I've done it enough times. I know what it feels like. So you have all these people that have never gone through anything. They don't know what it's like. They don't know what it's like to miss meals. They don't know what it's like to fucking be scared. They don't know what it's like to be woken up in the middle of the night. They don't, and have to move. They don't know what it's like to go out from school when mom picks you up, cars packed, and then you move away. They don't know what it's like to be electrocuted. They don't know what it's like to almost drown. They don't know what it's like to freaking have your own brother crack your skull into the fucking ground. They don't know what it's like to have their life be in harm's way by strangers or people because they've always been protected. And the imbalance is too great. So now they're going to know what it's like. And us that if we've lived our life right, we're going to know what it's like to be protected now. On the earth, not just divinely. So things are, it's just because clocks are lining up. People know. We're going to make whatever's going to happen because we all know that something's going to happen. That's about all I got for now. Thanks for hanging out. Do something to teach somebody else to fish today. Hope you have a rad day.